You're done with your research, I'm going to show you how to put into your research skeleton, which is your last step before you create your Google Slides. And this is actually going to be a summative grade. So make sure you do this well, so you keep your A or B. Hopefully you have an A or B. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to take a look at your research organizer. And this is just a sample, so it's not complete. So once your organizer is complete, you're going to look at all the topics you put from your research, and you're going to try to find patterns. So if, say you're looking at your topics, and let's just say I'm going to do school uniforms because that's a pretty easy topic. I know that most of yours are more complex than that, but let's just say I'm looking at the topics and I notice a couple patterns. So what you're going to do here is you're going to post your question, and it should be controversial. People should be able to answer yes or no. So let's say, should students be required to wear school uniforms? And then I'm looking at my topics, and I noticed three patterns, or three reasons most people say for or against it. And the first one is, and make sure to use complete sentences for this whole thing. The first one is school uniforms are a way for students to show their personality. So the positive and negative is it shows their personality, but it could stifle them if they don't, if they wear uniforms. Another pattern, say I'm looking at my research, and another pattern I notice is that school uniforms help even out, or let's say school uniforms, say something I recognize as like, it helps to like even out the wealth gap, or like people won't notice if some kids have really expensive clothes and some don't. So we could say that school uniforms even out the wealth gap. The perceived wealth gap, I guess. And then let's say the last pattern I notice is just a lot of statistics about how school uniforms actually help. School uniforms actually help decrease violence in schools because kids aren't, jealous and whatnot. So those are going to be the three topics for my body paragraph. So this one is going to be personality. This one's going to be wealth gap. This one's going to be violence. It helps to decrease violence. And then what you're going to do is you've already basically done this work. So you got to do your topic sentence here, which is basically what you put here. So you could copy and paste, make sure it's a complete sentence. Then you're going to go back to your organizer and find the research that supports your topics. And you're just going to copy and paste here. And then you also have to give me the MLA citation. So say you grabbed it from here, then here's your MLA, you copy, Control C, and then Control V here. So you're going to get two pieces of evidence, and then you're going to explain. So delete all this gray stuff, that means to delete it. And you're going to say, even though, or although some say that school uniforms stifle students' personality, comma, school uniforms are a way for students to show their creativity. Or not school uniforms. Allowing students to wear whatever they want shows their creativity. Okay? So then you're going to do that for each. And then that is your last summative. You're basically organizing your patterns and your thoughts for me. All right. Have fun, guys.